Hello, welcome to 365 Reinvention Summit, where you acquire the strength to deliver your reinvention dreams all year round. My name is Tolu Adeleye, and in this 365 Reinvention Summit presentation, I'll be talking about reinventing your executive leadership brand so that you can expand your horizon. Reinventing your executive leadership brand so as to expand your horizon. Here are the key points that I'm going to be sharing in this talk. The context of reinventing your executive leadership brand. Now I'm going to share how to bring into focus your unique combination of intrinsic and acquired strengths. Show you how to discover your hidden potential, how to piece together pieces of your identified strength and overlay it on your purpose towards a boldened executive leadership brand. I'm going to show you how to create a plan for impactful living, to create more impact in your life based on your newly minted executive leadership brand. We're talking about brand. Here is Tolu Adeleye, the brand. I've got a couple of books and audio in publication via my company on contemporary lifestyle publishing. And the books are Strength to Deliver, How to Revive and Give Back to Your Interrupted Dreams. Another book called Sanity and Strength, Wisdom to Get Unstuck and Power to Move On from my parts of life transitions, multi-parts of life transitions. I've got a book, a mini book on career transition called Career Transition Gems, Insider Secrets to a Successful Career Change. And I have a journal which you can use when you're making plans for career change or business, the Strength to Deliver journal. My books, some of them, the Sanity and Strength, Wisdom to Get Unstuck, Power to Move On from the Muddy Paths of Life Transitions, and Strength to Deliver are available as audio on Audible too. And they are available, all these books are available on Amazon. And I have the two books available on CD Baby as physical CDs. My brand includes online courses. I've created some online courses on the theme of reinvention and starting your business. Strength to Deliver, Recharge Your Zest for Life is for people who are in the middle of an age, like a crisis of not knowing what to do next, like a midlife crisis, quarter life crisis. So Recharge Your Zest for Life will help you to testify, find out what the next step in your life when you're in the middle of an uncertainty. Strength to Deliver Your Business Dream is targeted at those who have had a business dream before, an idea which you never launched, or which you actually started and dropped by the wayside. Strength to Deliver Your Business Dream is revive and relaunch that business dream, that business idea. These courses you can access through my website, strengthtodeliver.com/coaching. I also have a podcast, a few episodes of podcast called Patentable Leadership, which I may revive at some time in the future. Patentable Leadership podcast equips you to maximize your leadership potential while empowering you to use it to create a worthwhile legacy. You'll find it on iTunes and wherever podcasts are now. So that's my brand, and I want to talk about me also being the host of this summit, this wonderful summit, 365 Reinvention Summit, where I'm having continuous privilege of collaborating with an amazing team. I give a shout out to all our speakers on this summit, the amazing team of international transformational coaches and reinvention experts who are from 4 continents. Amazing. They're all equipping you to acquire the strength to deliver your reinvention dreams all year round. So that's also part of my brand. Who am I in terms of leadership? I enjoy empowering emerging leaders, mid-career executives, and entrepreneurs. My leadership perspectives are shaped through career pursuit over a couple of industries and cultures. I help clients to find out their unique strengths and apply them maximally in their leadership roles. I encourage team leaders in organizations to become more agile. It's a vocal world, volatile, unpredictable, uncertain world. So you need to be more agile and help them to utilize shifts in their environment to their advantage. And I also present talks that empower attendees towards impact for the good. And I hope this talk will empower you, the listener, to be more impactful, create more impact with your life. So let's jump right into the topic, reinventing your executive leadership brand. Why? Why would you do that? There are two broad scenarios where an executive may need to reinvent their brand. And the first one is maybe there was a leadership mishap, there's some leadership derailment or whatever. This kind of reinvention is mostly reactive time. The second broad scenario is when an executive, maybe you as an executive, as an entrepreneur, you have reached a plateau and you're itching for more. So this kind of reinvention is both reactive and proactive. You want to move beyond your plateau. You want to expand your impact within your organization or business. You want to expand your reach outside your organization, and you want to move from success to significance in your life. You want to create a legacy that outlasts you. So welcome on board. The second topic, the second scenario is what I'm going to be focusing on in this talk, reinventing your executive leadership brand so as to move beyond your plateau, so as to expand your horizon. Now, whenever we're going through reinvention, it's always good to cast a vision of an ideal future. There's power in visioning. When you have a vision of where you want to get to, it enables you to stick on during the process of change. When you are reinventing yourself, you might get yourself into a middle of a state where you say, why am I doing this? But if you have the vision right in front of you, then you are emboldened to take the next steps, small steps, big steps, until you finally reach the desired outcome. So this is visioning your ideal future with a new executive leadership brand. Ask yourself, what will it look like if you are no longer stalled at a plateau in your growth? How will it feel if you could experience more impact in your business and life? How does creating a legacy that outlasts you sound to you? What will it do to you if you can discover a treasure of hidden potential that will open up a new world of possibilities for you? I want you to pause in the moment and envision an ideal future as an executive in which your new executive brand will embolden you to do all of this. Now, in this talk, I'm going to take you through the steps, 4 main steps of reinventing your executive leadership brand. The first is rediscovering your strengths, your hidden potential. You, as an executive, know your strengths. We need to bring them back to the focus. And maybe you have some hidden potential that you don't even know you have. We'll try to bring them into focus too. And then the second step is piecing together items in your brand component to get a new whole brand unit. And then turning that whole unit into a production tool, sort of like you want to use it and create more impact in your life. And while you're using it to evaluate how it's working, you're modifying it, sharpening it further, and knowing when to reinvent it again, because you see, reinvention is a continuous process. And then the fourth part is to create an action plan for executing your newly configured brand. Okay, I'm going to give us some paradigm shifting questions at the back of the mind. You know, when you are going through a process, when you have a reason for doing that, it makes it sound more fun. So when you are going through the process, this 4 processes, 4 steps I've highlighted. Ask yourself, how can I put this new eye opener, something that surfaced through my knowledge of digging deep? How can I use it towards expanding my horizon? Ask yourself, in what ways can this help me move beyond the plateau I'm currently experiencing? Now let's go to the first step. You want to bring your strengths into focus. Stay dig deep to bring them to the surface afresh. You want to look at your intrinsic strengths. You see there are lots of different assessments, and you probably as a leader and as an entrepreneur, you might have taken some of them in the past. You have this, you have Gallup, Street Fighter, you have some from MHR, and you want the 360 degrees assessment. All this to bring out your intrinsic strengths. So if you have some you have done in the past, bring them out, because we're going to be looking at them afresh. And I want to look at your acquired strengths, those that you acquired over the course of your career. Or you're doing your business. They include what's in your resume, your education, your industries, your leadership. They include the network you have acquired, current one in your business, in your executive leadership role as a professional, and it also includes previous ones, and both in your personal and professional lives. You want to look at the professional groups and associations you belong to, and what you're doing in the social media networks, on your LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, what kind of groups you are in, or what kind of influence you are creating. So all those are going to be brought into focus to look at what acquired strengths you have alongside your intrinsic strengths. I like this quote from C.S. Lewis. He said, mere change is not growth. Growth is the synthesis of change and continuity. And where there's no continuity, there is no growth. That's how. Now, the second part of this process is finding your hidden potential. And in this process, we're going to use what I call smart stories to identify your hidden potential. Smart stories, if you have worked with an executive or career resume creator, they might have told you to identify things like situation with metrics, action taking, results in terms of return on investment, and the theme. We're going to talk about this more later on. So we're going to use smart stories to identify your hidden potential. But what we're going to do is we're not going to just focus on your career, your business, but we're going to look at other areas of your life, your personal life, your family life, your community life, your creation life, maybe something you did in your sports or being a parent in your parent teachers association. And when you're looking at workplace, look at team building, things you have done, sales, product development, strategy, and execution. I want to look at stories from your educational pursuits, from your college days, or speaking engagements or conferences, brand building activities as an entrepreneur, your marketing activities. You might have some really great smart stories that will draw out your hidden potential. Now, for this example, we're going to look at a business career accomplishment in the life of an executive who I call Andrews Evans. His name is Andrews Evans, and let's say that's his resume on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, most resumes, executive resumes that they do marketing briefs and leadership briefs, you are told to bring out your resume in an accomplishment-oriented, focused which you see actually you took and the results or ROI and what you achieved through that. So those kind of achievement-oriented resumes, you can bring them out. Well, here's the example from Andrew Evans. Andrew Evans is a top-notch tech executive who now works in the transportation industry. His previous background was in healthcare. Straight after obtaining his doctorate from a well-known university, he had joined the healthcare company. The subject of his PhD thesis had been developed as a patent by the healthcare firm. So while drawing out his smart stories, Andrew remembered this particular career-defining moment from that graduate school environment where he had his PhD thesis done. So the situation is this: the S with metrics in the story is that the HOD of a nearby department needed backup data to support grant funding application that needed to happen in the space of 3 weeks. That's the metrics part. See, if the funding didn't happen, if it didn't support that, it won't get the funding. And it was a major one. So the HOD was in a sort of quandary, but this is what Andrew did. It happened that his research had unfolded a new method of analysis. And on a quick thought, that was quick thinking, he considered the possibility of adapting this method to get the backup data required by the neighboring department's HOD. He then volunteered some of his time to carry out the research, and he got the groundbreaking data. That's the A part. So we have SMA. Now let's see how he got out his ROD, RO in the next slide. The result he obtained through his action, he thought quickly, he worked on it. So the results were outstanding, as the HOD not only got a continuation of the funding, but was able to garner the support of another industrial partner for a collateral project. This opened up the avenue for 3 more graduate projects and thereby an expansion of the department's graduate studies. That was phenomenal. Now, quick thinking. So what kind of brand strengths did Andrew deduce from this story? He saw his quick thinking ability, his adaptability, the ability to connect related issues, and his willingness to try out something new. It was innovative. And that's why he was able to draw out the conclusion for his brand theme strength based on this particular story. I'm sure this example will enable you to draw out your brand strengths from your smart stories too. Now, when Andrew did that, he just didn't focus on that one story. He went on and wrote other smart stories in other parts of his life, his personal life, his recent career, because that first one was back in his days. He's now a tech executive. So when he did that, he was able to show a pattern of brand strength in all the stories. His father, he was an evangelistic team builder, he's a business collaborator, he's a strategic planner, and he's very tenacious. And then when Andrew looked at other corollaries for his passion, he found that he's very passionate about health and fitness, and his core values like integrity and equality for all. He took a look at all the industries he had worked in his career. He had worked in the healthcare industry, information technology, and transportation industry, which is his current industry. He assembled his skill sets and he looked at his connections. So it's a bit of collective assets there and there. The first part is collecting all the assets. Now I have a little bit of exercise for you to find your hidden potential. And this is from one episode in my podcast. You'll find that on iTunes, just Google in Patentable Leadership Podcast. And in the particular episode 2 of the podcast, listening to what I shared on how you can use your passion, your core values, and your smart stories to unveil new ways of expanding your horizon. You'll be able to glean some insights from that episode on how you can find your hidden potential. So go get it, Patentable Leadership Podcast, episode number 2. Find your hidden potential. Now, you've got all this. We need to overlay them on your purpose, because without purpose, all these pieces will not be very meaningful. Your purpose is the fulcrum on which the use of your executive brand will be laid, pivoted on that. So ask yourself, How can my newly resurfaced potential, the new hidden potential that I've just found out, how can I overlay it on my life purpose, my business mission, or the purpose of my team in order to activate an executive brand for moving forward? Okay, now we are going to the C part. We need to piece the items you might have found together. We talked about your strengths, your passion, your skill set, and your purpose. So you need to be able to piece all these pieces together in unique ways to get a new whole. And you see, we're going to get new recombinants of elements of your brand, that should be brand. So the power is in your ability to reorder the different pieces of the components of your brand in a different way. So that's your power of imagination comes into play here, and you can let it run wild. You need to be able to imagine how uniquely different ways, that is, ways in which you have never used them before, uniquely different ways of combining the pieces to form a whole new unit. So you can combine strength A with passion B, with skill set D, overlaid on the purpose. The purpose is always from there. So I can combine strength C with skill set B or passion A and then relate on the purpose. So when Andrew went through a couple of multiple stories, he wanted to multiple smart stories. He has one of his new combinations which he had never used before to be his strength as an evangelistic team builder. His industrial experience as a software developer in the healthcare industry. His fitness for his passion for fitness, his core value for equality for he said, I'm going to see I'm going to use this combination in a new way to have a golden executive brand to expand my horizon. So the fourth part, like I said, is putting your new brand into action, because when you have a brand, if you don't put it into action, then it's not a brand. You know, want to turn that, you combine your into your peers to make impact in expanding your horizon. You've been doing good, but now you want to move from good to great. And I love something to move from good to great. So putting your new brand into action towards impactful label, to identify where this brand can be put into use in new ways. So, and these are ideas, which areas can you put this new brand into use? Just a few ideas. You can champion a cause. You can sponsor an emerging leader. That's always good. Sponsorship in companies. There are lots of young leaders coming out these days. If you are your mid-career, you have some experience from the past. Somebody's just coming in, they've got lots of potential. You can sponsor them. You can be a people connector now. Connect people from one industry to the other. Even within your organization, you can connect people. And when you connect people, there's power in that. Lots of people have potential, but they don't have somebody to lead them up. You can connect people. You can connect people in your business too. There are a lot of people like an entrepreneur, another entrepreneur may be looking for help, and you might be the person in between to connect them together. That's dynamo many times for both parties to be connected. You may be able to explore new niches with your new brand as an entrepreneur, even as a mid-career executive in the marketplace. Lots of different ways you can put your new brand into use. So this is Andrew's example, the tech executive, when he had combined that brand strength of being an evangelistic team builder with a software development in the healthcare industry experience, overlaid on his passion for fitness and his core value for equality for all. He had an eye-opening idea to champion a mentorship program for women who are interested in developing their minds. You see, most of these are using combination of this brand strength. When you champion the mentorship program, you sort of continue over there. Yeah, evangelistic, like enlisting people, spreading out the news, bringing up people in there. We also use the healthcare industry experience, people who are developing healthcare apps, equality for all women, and fitness fashion. So it's related to healthcare. So you see, yes, sort of combine pieces of this brand elements related to this purpose and fashion together to find a new way of expanding this horizon. Great for you, Andrew. Now, there's always the element of having a plan. No matter what you're doing, having a goal, reinventing yourself, uh, uh, shifting from A to B, even in your becoming, the process of becoming, you need a plan of action. So the plan for continuous use of your new brand, so what's impactful in it is what is necessary there. So the continuous use is what results in the expansion of your horizon. Your horizon doesn't expand just one day, and it doesn't expand just by you saying, "Oh, this is a great idea," but you need to put it into use. You have to be intentional. Then intentionality is key in this reconfigure executive brand. And you need to continue to reconfigure your network image to reflect and reinforce this new brand. This is a new becoming for you. I'm becoming this. This is what you were in the past. This is what I'm becoming. So your messages, your interaction on social media, your communications should reflect your new brand. And this will enable you to secure more opportunities to use this your new emboldened executive leadership brand. And the more you use it, the more it becomes your horizon becomes expanded. Okay, so I'm going to go through this, what we have gone through in this talk. In this talk, I've shown you the context of reinventing your executive leadership brand. I've shown you how to bring into focus your unique combination of intrinsic and acquired strengths. I've shown you how to discover your hidden potentials. I've shown you how to put together the pieces of your identified strengths and overlay it on the purpose towards a boldened executive brand. I've shown the importance of creating a plan that you do a 3 month, 6 month, 3 year development plan. You need to create a plan for impactful. Say, I do a create plan for using what he had decided to create mentorship program, create a plan for that, create a plan for other hidden potential that has come up with, and use it to create make impact, more impact in this plan. So this is what the summary of what we have gone through in this talk. Now, if you would like more help towards reinventing your leadership brand, so as to expand your horizon as an executive in your workplace or as an entrepreneur, visit start.expand your horizon document /lab. That URL again is start.expand your horizon document. Download the free starter kit to equip you for expanding your horizon. Now to give a big shout out again to all the 365 Reinvention Summit speakers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I want to give a big shout out to all summit attendees at 365 Reinvention Summit. I hope you've been able to get some elements of action to take forward in reinventing an aspect of your career, your life, your business, or your leadership. Thank you so much.